going on, everybody? What's going on, man? Welcome to Keith's Boxing Gym Talk, even though I'm not at my boxing gym. And I'm over here just getting off of work early, man. Just want, like I said, I want to be consistent with my videos and stuff like that, man. And it was just something that I wanted to talk about, man. Something that I wanted to talk about Boots Ennis moving up to the 154-pound division. He outgrew that weight class, and now it's on to bigger and better things, literally. Before we get into that, though, I want you guys to like and subscribe. Again, like and subscribe, man, please. Jared Boots Ennis, man, moving up to the 154-pound division. Some people thought he was going to stay, try to unify with Brian Norman Jr. Some people are calling him a duck. I honestly don't think he's ducking Brian Norman Jr., man. And like I said, it was just hard for him to even get down to 147 in his last unification fight, you know, and capture the WBA strap and the ring strap. And I'm pretty sure that he wanted to defend that championship, man, you know. But, you know, he's getting older. It's getting harder to get down to 147 pounds. So now it's on the bigger and better things. I want to talk about the future for him. I think he beats a lot of people in the 154-pound division, man. The Xander Zayas of the world. You know, Xander Zayas is still got a lot of inexperience. Yes, he's kind of explosive and stuff like that, but I think he gets caught and I think he gets outworked by Boots Ennis. Virgil Ortiz. That would be a good close fight, but I do see Ennis winning that with his work rate and, you know, with his slick skills. He can be slick even though he gets hit a lot and stuff like that, but I still honestly think that he would beat Virgil Ortiz. I think he beats anybody in the division. You know, Tim Tszyu, you know, I think he's getting his rematch with Sebastian Fendor. I think he beats both of them. Fendor, you know, yes, he's 6'5", 6'6", but it's just one thing I'm not sold on with Sebastian Fendor is that he lacks the killer instinct. He's right along with the likes of the Amir Khans of the world and stuff like that. You know, they get dropped and stuff like that, and it's hard for them to get back up. He lacks killer instinct. So I think that Boots Ennis, his killer instinct would overwhelm him, and it might even get the stoppage. But it's one person that I want Boots Ennis to stay away from, and I look at him as like the boogeyman of the 154-pound division. I think a lot of champions should stay away from this man. I think he's dangerous in both of those fists. And that man, ladies and gentlemen, is the 154-pound IBF champion. That is Bakhram Murtazaliev. We see what he did with Tim Tszyu. I looked at the past couple of his fights and stuff like that. Previously, you know, mainly talking about the last one with Tim Tszyu. Tim Tszyu got in there and got cocky and stuff like that. And thought he could go blow for blow with him. He messed up and gave that man range. And you see that fight was over with in the 5th round, I think. 5th round. And that man, he got stone in his hands. I'm worried about people at the 154-pound division facing him. And I think that's why he's been so inactive since his last fight against Tim Tszyu, because it's hard for him to get a fight. This man reminds me of a Sergey Kovalev, if you ask me. You get that man range, you're in trouble. Yeah, you can get your little shots off and stuff like that, but it's best if you use your feet and fight up the back foot, fighting somebody like Murtazaliev. Like I said, you get that man some range, and then you're in trouble, man. You're in a lot of trouble. So if I was Boots Ennis, I would, you know, keep working with your father and a great coach. You know, Bozy Ennis, a great coach. You know, he got Andrew Cruz on his team too, and he's molding him into something, you know, the Cuban style in the Philly shell. But nevertheless, so yeah, man, I would stay away from Bakhram Murtazaliev though. That man, he is dangerous. He is definitely dangerous, man. I see nothing but good things coming his way in the 154-pound division. I hope he gets a fight soon. And you know, regardless of what happens with the Crawford fight and the Canelo Alvarez fight in September, you know, if he is victorious against Canelo, I don't know if he's going to stay and defend his title. I don't know if he's going to go back down to the 154-pound division. But even I would say he should stay away from Bakhram Murtazaliev. You know, that dude, he brings a lot of, you know, he brings a lot of pressure. Yeah, he got a nice amateur background and stuff like that, man. He's very, you know, he's very well educated with ring IQ in the ring and stuff like that. He's good with those counters and those uppercuts and stuff like that, man. And I'm anxious to get back in the and see him get back in the ring and, you know, do what he does best, man. And that's just lay people out. I definitely want to see this, man. I definitely want to see this. But like I said, man, Boots Ennis, man, I'm happy about him getting, into the 154-pound division. I'm anxious to see who his first fight is going to be. It's probably going to be something like a little soft touch or something like that, yes. And the name I'm going to throw out, and even though I do want to see him in there with some of the best, and yes, this man is, I think he's top 10 in the Ring magazine. I think a good stiff challenge for him to welcome him to the 154-pound division would be Eric Lubison. Eric Lubison, he's got a couple losses on his record. I think he lost to one of the Charlo brothers. He lost to Sebastian Fendora. But, get this man feet wet. Get somebody like Lubison who is aggressive and who will land on Ennis. And let's see how Ennis can, let's see how he takes that. Let's see how he takes those punches and stuff like that. Let's see how well he does. I expect Boots Ennis to tell his son, Boots Ennis, to use his feet more in the 154-pound division. It's a heavier weight. You got hit a lot in the welterweight division. And, I'm not going to lie. Like I said, I'm a fan of Boots, but he did get hit a lot. He can't afford that in the 154-pound division. He's stronger. Every name cited about Montes Oliveira. I would definitely love to see that fight in the future. I'm not encouraging people to duck Montes Oliveira, but it would just be best if you're trying to, you know how the boxing game is today, a loss, and then, that takes away all your money. It takes all your money and stuff like that, man. So I would definitely love to see that, man. But yeah, Boots going up to the 154-pound division, I think it would be a nice scrap from him, Eric Lubison. Depending on what Jermell Charlo is going to do when he's going to return. I know he made an Instagram post not too long ago, about a month or two ago, said that he's returning. That would be some great fights for him, man. Virgil Ortiz, like I said, the winner of Sebastian Fendora, and Tim Tszyu. That would be a great fight, But like I said, man, think twice before getting to the ring with that boogeyman Montes Oliveira, man, because he's going to bring a lot of trouble in the 154-pound division. So, man, anxious to see that, man. But, that is my time, man. That is my time. It's hot out here. It's about 90 degrees out here. I probably will drop a video later on today, talking about some other good news. Like I said, I've been going for a long time, about 6 weeks and stuff like that. So it's time to get back on this ship and do what I love to do, and that's talk about boxing, my knowledge for boxing, man. So that is my time, man. I love you guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will holler at you guys later.